Hey everyone, Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today? Thank you so much for clicking on this video today and watching it. I want to apologize for the little hiatus I took that was not planned, but I'm gonna get into that in a moment. I'm filming in my bedroom. This is not the usual background, but we'll get into that more later. So let's just get started. So we are going to be using a lot of new makeup that I have picked up. I think my last time I purchased before this month was back in December because I had planned to do a bunch of videos for you guys, and just things happen, so I'm gonna go in further. But I went ahead and used the MAC Prep and Prime on my lips. I just wanted to mention that, so I'm gonna put that down. So I'm filming in my bedroom, like I mentioned, because I did not want to get interrupted, because in my living room too many people come in and out. It's a Saturday and I just wanted to be able to focus and really film this for you guys because I have missed filming. With that being said, we're just gonna jump in. We're gonna start with the eyes first, and today we're gonna use a palette that I'm super excited to use because I was not planning to purchase anything, because as I mentioned, December was the last time that I bought anything. But then, you know, this came out and I was like, okay, do I need this? Do I really need this? And of course I didn't need it, but I wanted it so badly, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And it's the new it's the new palette from Patrick Ta, and I absolutely love his packaging. This one is called Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette, and this is, I forgot how much did I pay for this. Was it $68? I'll put the correct pricing here for you guys, but I believe it was $68. But I did have like $10 off with my Sephora. I have their credit card and I just used that. So for me, I got a discount. So, you know, we can get a discount, you know, we're going to shop for it. So here is the packaging. It's that beautiful rose gold, very sleek and classic the way he does it. And I like the weight of this. This feels really nice in the hand. And I'm just gonna open it. And what I like about the way it feels, I'm gonna do a little review at the same time, sorry, is it's like holding this. Oh, let me just show you guys before I start talking. How beautiful are those? So if you're someone who like neutrals, I think you will love this palette. This is a neutral lover's dream. So for me, the way it's designed, it's like if you're holding, you know how when you're doing painting, so like a painter holds it in his hand, it's very lightweight and it feels sturdy at the same time. So I love it. It has a huge mirror, and then here it has two let me see if I can show you guys, two cream shadows. And I love that it has a little thing to cover that, so you can use those like as a base, or you can use them as an eyeliner. So speaking of base, let me put this down. We are going to prime our eyes. I'm going to use the FENTY. I'm trying to use this up. I absolutely love this eyeshadow primer. If you guys have not tried it, you should definitely pick it up. I think it's great for all you know, skin types. Okay, so let's hold the arm up. I'm gonna have to get close. So I'm gonna be leaning forward a lot because of where I am. Not even using a desk. I am literally using my nightstand as a makeshift desk. So we're gonna go in with the Precision Flat P80 from Sigma. You guys know I love to use this brush to buff out my eyeshadow primers, and this primer is really good. For me, it's like a combination between Urban Decay and NARS's primer. If you guys have been following me for a while, remember the Urban Decay primer potion, how it used to look like? It looked like a genie bottle. Yeah, so it's like a combination between that and the NARS one, so I really like it a lot. If you haven't tried it, definitely pick it up. I happen to really like a lot of the Fenty beauty stuff. I think it's really good. And we're also going to be using today some new brushes that I picked up a while ago. I can't remember when. I'll try to pop in the date here because they were having a sale, and these brushes were like all the rage on YouTube for a while when they first came out. So they're the brushes by Jaclyn here with Morphe Cosmetics. I haven't really used a lot of Morphe, so I wanted to use these brushes just to give you guys my opinion on this. Will be the first time using them, and I bought them to kind of substitute brushes that I use on a daily that are from Sigma. And if you already know, Sigma is one of my favorite makeup brushes. I've been using them since before I started my channel, which that's another thing I wanted to say to you guys. On May 29th, it was my 10-year, that's right, you heard me, 10-year anniversary on YouTube. I can't believe 10 years ago on that day I started my channel. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube that long, but I've been doing it, you know, sporadically. It is a hobby, it is not a job. And I absolutely love filming and playing with makeup. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into, while I'm doing the eyeshadows, what went on the time period that I did not film. So let me first grab one of the brushes that I'm gonna use from Jaclyn, and this is her J32 brush, and I'm gonna use this like to buff in my crease. So we're gonna start with a transition shade. Always start with a transition shade. Do these not have the name on them? Oh, it doesn't have the names on the eyeshadow. So let's see on the back. Okay, let me see which one is which first. So I'm thinking of going into this. Oh God, this is so awkward. I don't want to drop it. Okay, I'm thinking of going into this shadow right here. Hope you guys can see that right here, this one. And I believe, let me see what it's called. If I'm looking correctly, it's called Scandal. If I'm saying these wrong, the wrong names, I will definitely put it here so you guys can see that. So we're gonna go in with this brush, and I'm gonna use that color as a transition shade, and it's very, very pigmented. And I'm just gonna use the mirror from here and try not to you know, overwhelm you guys with it. So firsthand about this brush, there's a little bit of kick up. Oh, I gotta remember that. A little bit of kick up when you use the eyeshadow, so that's not bad. That's never a what's what I'm looking for. That doesn't dissuade me from using a palette because that's kick up. All I care about is the pigmentation and the longevity of the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna move in a little bit closer. You guys are gonna do this. So I'm gonna go in with that brush and really just put it, and it's very close to my skin tone. I don't know if you guys can see that. So okay, so let me get into what happened. So what happened is, suddenly every time I was saying, okay, I'm gonna film today, I would always wake up with my eye, this eye, my left eye, always red and puffy and swollen. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? So then I was like, maybe it's just the way I'm sleeping. I'm putting too much pressure on my eye. Because I do that sometimes. I can sleep really hard leaning on my left side, more so than my right. I don't know why, but that's just how I sleep. So then I was like, okay, let me just wait until the eye gets better. And so then that was one thing. It's very natural looking. It's a great transition shade. So then I'm gonna go in to build that up. I'm gonna go in with the shade. I'm gonna be all over the place. You guys should know by now when you watch my video. So we're gonna go in with the same brush into the shade next to it to deepen that crease a little bit more. And I'm going to see, I'm just looking. So this one is called Lady. This one is called Woman. Scandal. So I think this one is called Mother. Mother, that's too funny. So the same brush. And this color actually reminds me of, right there, this one. Mother. It reminds me of a shade from MAC. What is the name of it? I can't remember the name right now, but I'll put it up in the screen. I'm just trying to do this. It's hard. I have nowhere to prop my arms up. So, yeah, so then that was happening with my eyes. And then I was feeling really, really tired all the time. Like all I wanted to do was sleep. So of course, if you didn't know, I had an issue that I became anemic and my iron was not too low, but I was feeling it really badly. And I guess my iron levels were going down again a little bit. It was only down, I think, by 1 or 2 in the number. And all I wanted to do was sleep. So I had to get my iron back up. And once that happened, then I started feeling better. And I started feeling, you know, energized. But then, you know, my son, he does, okay, that's better. I love that color. Oh, that's pretty. That's reminding me of the color. What was the color? Oh my God, 7 minutes. Anyways, I'll put it on the screen. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be all over the place. I apologize for that. I'm just so excited to finally be filming. You have no idea how much I've missed doing this. So back to that. Okay, so you guys can see. That is so pretty. And the pigmentation, I'm very gentle and it's really, really good. This brush is actually really nicely applying the product. But I have to say, it's not as soft as, let me show you. This is the brush that I got it in comparison with, if you can see it. This is the E35 or the E25. It's over here. I put them all here purposely Oh, here it is, the E25. So these are the two brushes that I use. I'll get back to my point in a minute, hopefully. E35 and the E25. So the E35 is just longer. And I got them to kind of see if this is like a dupe for these two. And I have to say that this one is closer, the Jaclyn Hill brush is closer to the E35. But the E35 is so much softer. This one I feel like it's scratching my eye a little bit, but it is doing the job nonetheless. But I do prefer my Sigma one. But in a pinch, if you can't afford the Sigma brushes, I would recommend this brush. It's really nice. It's doing the job. It's fluffing out the color. I really like that. So I applied Mother and, if I'm correct, and Scandal. Those are two colors that I put so far. So now, I don't know. Should we go with one of these cream colors? So what was I saying? Oh my God, I'm so scatterbrained. I'm like, squirrel. As I tell my son every time, because he's always like, Mommy, how do you not remember things? And I'm like, Gabriel, when you get older, your memory's not what it used to be. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I don't need the box anymore. So I don't know if I should use any of these cream colors. Maybe what I'll do is I'll use the cream like an eyeshadow, because it's like a taupe gray color, taupe brown color, and then almost like a chocolate brown. So I'm gonna do that instead. So let's pick one of these colors, the top shades, because let me show you guys. So it's upside down. So these are all shimmery shades and these are all mattes. So I don't think I want to go with such a vibrant. I think I'm gonna use this in my inner crease. This color is called Lady. This one is Lady, and then the one next to it is called Exquisite. And I'm thinking I might go with Exquisite, or I gotta count over, Lavish. So this is, I need a pointer, you guys know I can't reach. So either I'm going in with this color or this color. Do you guys hear that? In true YouTube style, you start to film and all the beep, beep, beeps happening. I don't know if you guys can hear it because I've mentioned it and some people say they can't hear it. So I got my other brushes here. And this is another Jaclyn Hill brush that I got, is the JH38, and this is her pencil brush. And I wanted to see how it compares with the one from Sigma, but we're not gonna use this one just yet. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this color, and I'm going to use the shader lid E56s from Sigma. I really like this for doing really detailed, especially like shimmery shades, because I feel like it applies it better, and it's more controlled, so I really like that. So we're gonna go again into this shade here, which is called Exquisite, if I'm reading it correctly. And it feels very soft, like it's not hard, and that's the color right there. And here's the color right here. That's the color I'm going in with. So oh, I want to get closer, but okay. So this is gonna be awkward. I gotta look down. So okay, so what I was saying was, you know how my son, he's doing remote learning, and while he's doing remote learning, he's in my bedroom, because my bedroom is where it can be the quietest. Can you guys see that shine? Wow, that's pretty. So he works in here. So I moved all my things out to the living room, thinking, okay, that'll be a better place for me to film, because if I ever feel like filming, I just take everything and do that, right? But the problem with that is that when I'm in the living room, you guys can see that. Wow, how low pigmentation. I like this color a lot. You know, if anyone's in my hallway, in my apartment, like people walk by and they're very loud and banging on the door, so you could hear all of that, which I was like, okay, I could just work through it. But for some reason, I don't know what was going on. I gotta hold my arm to do this. I gotta get close so you guys see what I'm doing. For some reason, those days that I was like, okay, I'm gonna film, you know, the days I didn't wake up with a swollen eye, I wasn't feeling like I wanted to sleep all day, everybody and their mother, that's a saying that people use, would be banging on the doors, walking down the hallway, talking really loud, and you know, I was just getting frustrated. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna even bother, because I was just getting so frustrated. So then a part of me was like, why am I getting so easily mad, and what is going on with me? Because I'm a person, I'm very patient. I don't for me to get really mad, it takes a lot. So one day I remember, you know, I was just like, okay, something is going on. What is going on with me? Why am I feeling this way? I felt like there was not really a purpose or reason. Okay, oh wow, that's so pretty. I'm gonna go in with a deeper shade on the outer side to really intensify it. So that's where we're gonna use the pencil brush. I'm gonna try it first with the JH38 from Jaclyn and Morphe. So we're gonna go in with this shade. Let me see what it's called. I have to go across. This one is called, is it Absolutely? It's right next to Mother. It's like a reddish brown, this color right here. So we're gonna go into that to do the outer V. So I was like, what is going on? So then I started looking online because I'm like, maybe, you know, I'm feeling this way because, you know, I'm 48 now. I was like, am I going through menopause? Like, because I've heard that when you're going to go to menopause, you get really like, itchy, not to say the word, because I don't know how old you are. I was watching this. So see, that color's really pigmented. So we're just going to go on the outer corner. And, oh, wow, that's pretty. So I was like, okay, let me look it up and see what's going on. So I am not perimenopausal, not premenopausal, anything like that. And it just turns out that it's one of the stages of grief where you get, I guess you get angry. You get angry because if those of you don't know, my mother passed away, and I'll put on the screen how long it's been, because for me it feels like it was just yesterday. And you know, I'm a person, I don't dwell on things, you know, things that are bad things. And I have been, you know, I thought I had processed it, but there's certain stages of grief. So that's one of them. Like, and I'll put here, like, what are the 5 stages? And so I was at that stage where you're just angry and everything bothers you. And I just felt burnt out to the point where I don't like how this brush applied that. So I'm going to try my Sigma one because it looks a little patchy. And I just felt like, can you leave me alone? Can you not bother me? Like, everything bothered me. Everything. I didn't want to be on the phone. I just felt like I couldn't make a decision. The only person that I was tolerating, honestly, was my son. That's it. Anyone else who can was just like, look, I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. I'm going to put a little bit under my eye. So that's how I was feeling. And I kind of just shut down. And I just went into like this bubble. And what I was doing is I was just basically watching a lot of TV. Oh, that's pretty. And this color actually came out a lot darker than I thought. I was expecting to be more red tone, but it's a lot deeper than I was expecting it to be. So I liked it better applied with the Sigma brush. I felt like that with the Jaclyn Hill brush, it was scratching my eye too much, and it was like depositing color and taking it off at the same time. And usually a pencil brush doesn't do that, so don't like this one so far, but I do like this one so far. So let me do this eye. So yeah, so I just got in a bubble and I was just watching TV. I was eating a lot of sweets, which I typically don't go crazy like that, but my thing, I turned to honey buns. The cinnamon rolls from Entenmann's, those became my best friend. I was eating those like they were, like my life depended on them. I probably gained 10 pounds or so. I haven't weighed myself because I've never been that way about torturing myself if I gain weight or not, because being on the steroids, your weight goes up and down a lot. And, you know, I was just doing that and then eating a lot of pastries. I don't know if that was because they reminded me of my mother or what. All I know is that I was struggling and I felt like I really just couldn't voice to anyone how I was feeling, what was going on, because I didn't want to cry. And that was my thing, because I felt like if I started crying, I was not going to be able to stop. And I remember my younger sister telling me that, let's make these faces, I'll have to reapply this again later when I put concealer, telling me that, you know, it's important to process your feelings and stuff like that. And I 100% agree with her. Okay, this is what I got so far. It was pretty. I really like these eyeshadows. Perfect. They're really good. So I'm gonna get another brush to do the inner teardrop. Should I wait until? Yeah, let's wait until I do foundation and all that stuff like that. So we're gonna leave the eyes like that, and then we'll come back and do eyeliner and all that after we do the face. Which, where did I put that? Let me grab that. Okay, so let me close this eyeshadow palette because I don't want to risk dropping it. It does, you know, show your fingerprints, but that's okay. It's a beautiful palette. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm gonna test out the cream side in a minute when we are done with the face. And then I'll do this and then we'll get into that. So I have a sample here. I'll continue to say in a minute from the Huda Beauty. This is the Full Filter Foundation High Coverage Cream Foundation. Well, I always seem to like this, and I got it from my Sephora order that I did a while ago. And it comes with a Huda Beauty Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. So I'm going to try that one today. And then these are the options I have for shades. So I'm going to go on with Toffee, which might be a little too dark, but we'll make it work. And we're gonna go with that one. So let's try the complexion thing first, and then we'll try I was gonna say mascara. And I also have a new concealer to try today, the one from McGrath I got because she finally came out with the yellow powder, and I like a yellow powder under my eyes more than a translucent powder. I mean, I like the combination, but if I had to pick from both, I'd rather have a yellow powder because it brightens underneath. Oh, I'm like, how do you open this? I'm trying to open it from the wrong end. It's so, okay. So like I was saying, I was feeling very burnt out, and I just felt like I felt like I needed to be by myself, alone completely, in order to just, when it came on, because that's the other thing is, it's not that I didn't want to cry. It's like really thick. It's not that I didn't want to cry. It's just that it wouldn't come out. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's not like I haven't cried at all. This actually feels really nice on the face. It's just, I wasn't crying every day. Not to say that I wasn't missing my mom every day. I miss my mom every single day. There's nothing that doesn't happen, that doesn't remind me of her. I see her everywhere. I feel her everywhere because, you know, I used to talk to my mom every day. So to not be able to talk to someone that you love that much, it's hard. It's really hard. I've never, this is the second person that I've lost in my life that has been so important to me. The first person was my grandmother. I mean, I've lost other people, but I'm talking about people who were, like, I was really close to. So I just feel this, like, you know, yearning for her. And, you know, it's hard because the logical part of me knows that she's in a better place, but the emotional side of me is like, I want my mother back. I want her here. I want to see her every day. So I go through that, and you know, Gabriel, my other thing too is that I didn't want to be crying all the time. And, you know, as a mother, let me see if I can get this out. We always try to be strong for our kids. We do that automatically. It's just the way we are, just the way we built. And my son noticed that I was depressed because he even asked me one day, which I didn't even realize I was depressed, because for me, depression, I see it at different, like when you're really depressed, like you don't want to get dressed, you don't want to go anywhere, you know, like to the point where you're staying in bed and all that stuff like that. So I guess that's why I was like, well, I'm not depressed because, you know, I'm not that extreme. But in all honesty, if I have to call it something, it was simply that, depression, but not the way I have seen it before. So I would say it wasn't an extreme form of depression, but it was definitely there because, you know, like I told him, I said, oh, I'm just grieving, you know, my mother, she passed away and this and that or whatever. But it is point blank, I'm grieving, but it's a form of depression because I miss my mother. So yeah, so I found myself just I really didn't have the desire to do anything. Like, I wanted to, but the motivation was so lacking. And it's like, you know, it was like that. And I felt burnt out. I just felt like, you know what, I can't deal with, I can't even remember how to do makeup. Do I put on my concealer? No, let me do the foundation first and then the concealer. Sorry. Oh my god. So I have a new brush to try from Jaclyn Hill. Also for foundation, I got her JH12 because it seems like everybody likes this brush. So we're going to use this today and see how it works based on my other foundation brushes. So I'm going to just use this lip brush because I have a foundation brush, but I took it out of here. I forgot to put it back. So this is the color for, what is this one called? This one is TOFFEE 420G. So let's see how this looks. So yeah, so oh, that's really dark. That's gonna be, but let's see how it blends out. Okay, so let me put this here because I don't want it to roll around. So let's buff this out and then see if we need more. Oh yeah, that's really dark. Should probably mix in a little bit of the other one, or just leave it because, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just wanted to play with some makeup. This brush feels nice, this foundation brush. So I just found myself like that. Like I said, I was just playing video games on my phone. I was just really irritated by everything. Not, how do I say this? I wasn't irritated by my son, I have to say that. My son did not irritate me at all. But just other people. Oh, definitely need more. This is very full coverage, but I need more. And this is really hard for me to talk about this. I'm just opening up to let you guys know that even the most happiest of people who have everything together can break down and feel the way that I was feeling. It happens. And didn't think it would happen to me, honestly, because of the way I was handling things. This foundation dries really fast, I have to say that. So if you're gonna use it, maybe do sections. So I don't know if it's just because it's drying so fast. So it looks really sheared out because I didn't put a lot, but I think I could put more if I wanted to. So I'm gonna just go in with this look in this mirror and fill in the spots that I need to, because I haven't even done my forehead. So basically what I'm trying to say, because this is really hard for me to talk about, because I'm a very private person. I don't talk about things that are bothering me. I just deal with it myself. And that's why I always talk about on this channel that it is important that if you are going through, and like every day, trying to say, I'm really holding back my emotions right now, you know, if you can tell, like I don't want to start crying. That's not why I came on here today. I came on here just to play with makeup and let you guys know what's going on, because, you know, I'm always transparent with you in my videos. So what I'm trying to say is that if you call someone and they're the person that you are used to calling and talking about your problems with, check in with them too, because they're so busy listening to you and your problems that they're not gonna volunteer how they're doing, because they see it as, well, this is how I see it. I see it as, well, if they really want to know, they will ask. And I have to say, there were a couple of people who were checking in on me, and I do appreciate you. You know who you are. And I would talk to them and stuff like that. So I appreciate them for doing that, because it's important to have people to talk to. Even if you're someone who you take care of everyone else, you have to take care of yourself. So anyway, so like I was saying, my son, he asked me one day, he's like, Mommy, are you depressed? And that caught me off guard, because I'm like, am I depressed? And then I said to him, I said, I don't think I am. Because me and my son, we have a very open relationship. I'm very honest with him. We don't keep things from each other. me do my forehead now. We really talk about everything and anything. He has questions, I answer them. So I just told him, I said, I don't believe that I'm depressed. I said, am I sad? I said, yes, I am. I said, because I miss my mother every day. And I believe that I'm grieving. So that's what I thought it was. But when I looked it up, I'm like, okay, maybe this, you know, me being the optimist, maybe I'm a little bit depressed. You know? Okay. I think if I had the right exact color, this will look even better. But this is definitely a matte foundation, but it's flawless. It's really, really nice. I like how my skin is peeking through a little bit. I don't know if it's because the Jaclyn Hill brush is really shearing it out. I'm not sure because, like I said, I've never used those brushes before. So I really wanted to consider using that brush just to see how they work. But it looks good so far. So okay, now let's do concealer. So I'm gonna do this eye using just the Pat McGrath concealer. I got the shade M16, and I picked up the little set with the little brush. This brush is so tiny for the price. I'm gonna put the price obviously on the screen, you can see. I really thought it was bigger. This is ridiculous for the price, but it's still a nice brush, and I got it because it was a set. You get all 3 items. I don't remember how much it was. If I can recall it, I would put it on the screen for you guys. So I'm hoping this shade matches me, because I've never color matched. I just bought it based off of what they had online. Okay, so I'm gonna get closer so you guys can see. I usually use, oh, okay, this is a little bright. But like I said, I'm just gonna put her concealer, because usually I put my MAC concealer and then my Jouer concealer, but I'm just gonna use a Pat McGrath so you guys can see how it looks. So I'm gonna use her brush to see what all the to do is about her brush. So yeah, so when he asked me that, threw me off, and then I was like, well, I need to do something, because one thing I always tell my son, you need to, this is actually brighter than I thought it was gonna be, you need to embrace your feelings, because they are your feelings, and don't let anyone ever tell you that no, you cannot, because you know what you're feeling, no one else does. And process them. So if you're mad today, then say why you're mad, and just don't pitch a tent and live there. That's something I always tell him. That foundation, that blended out beautifully. I don't know if it's the brush or it's the formula, but oh, I see all what the hype is. Really like it. But as far as for covering my darkness, it will not do that. Let's hope the powder will, because I'm not gonna try it with anything extra. Like I said, we're just trying stuff out today. But the way that blended out, flawlessly, look at that. And this brush did it really good. I don't know if it's inside the brush, but we're gonna, you know, set that right away. And we're gonna use the powder. And this is the new one that she came out with. It's yellow. And it has this little teeny tiny mirror. So we're gonna use the Jaclyn Hill brush for under the eye. This is the JH07. And it reminds me of a bigger version from the Real Techniques. If you've been following me, you know that I love this brush for setting under my eye and putting on highlights. So we're gonna go with this one, and we're just gonna set under the eye. So basically what I started doing after my son said that to me was like, I'm like, okay, I need to really get out of my funk. This is a very, very finely milled powder. Wow. And that's what I did. I said, I need to get myself out of my funk, and I need to really just, why am I feeling this way? What is going on? What is the issue? What is the problem? All that stuff. Wow, that looks pretty. It didn't cover my dark circles, but if you can see, it looks really nice. So I like this powder. Again, I'm not surprised because Pat McGrath is expensive, but I do like her stuff. So just to keep with the theme, I was gonna go in to do a you know what, I'm gonna do a comparison for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. I do like this, but I think I'm just, for the sake of the video, I don't know, I'm going back and forth. You know what, I'm just gonna forget it. I was gonna put on what my usual, but you guys know what that looks like. So let's do the Pat McGrath on this side too, just so we're even Stevens. You don't need a lot. And I don't know if I showed it. That's what it looks like. So then what I just started doing every day was I started just making sure that I had time for myself. I wasn't really on the phone. When people would call me, I would be like, I don't want to talk. I would just text. I turned into the texter, the person who just texts back, because I don't know, I just didn't have it in me to sit there and really talk. I was better giving advice and doing stuff through my phone than doing it verbally. It was easier for me to do it text-wise. So like if you text me and you needed to talk, then I could be there for you and all that. But talking on the phone, it wasn't happening. It was just like, nope, you're going to go to voicemail, and if you need to talk to me, just leave a message. I'm going to go in with the same powder and the brush, and I'll talk to you however you need that way. And that's what I was doing, because I didn't have enough energy for anything but to take care of my son, and he's my #1 priority. So I was like, he's more important to me than me trying to fix other people's problems, especially when, you know, those people are not necessarily helping me in the moment that I need it. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't, it's just that that's how I was feeling at the time. Okay, so that's how that looks. Wow, that looks really good. My forehead is creasing a little bit. It's probably because of the primer that we use. I don't know necessarily that has stuff in it. Ooh, excuse me, I got a little dizzy. That's another thing. I was really, like, a whole week just really dizzy. I haven't been dizzy like that in a very long time. And today's probably one of the first days where I felt like I didn't have any dizziness, and I just felt a little bit right now. So okay, so I'm back. I'm trying to remember where I left off. So I remember saying that after my son said that to me, then I just kind of had like an aha moment, and I just really started trying to make every day where I would have time for myself, where I would kind of like meditate and decompress, however way it was. If it was watching a movie, if it was playing a video game. I play games on my phone. You know, just finding some way to not feel overwhelmed that day or cranky, because that's what was happening. I was getting extremely cranky with the way that I was feeling. So we're gonna go on. I'm trying to hold it so I could show you guys without dropping it. I find it's best to hold it this way. So we're gonna go into the cream shades right here. We're gonna go into this one right here and try to use that as an eyeliner. And that one is called, I believe it's called Divine, if I'm reading them correctly. So we're gonna go with this wing liner, the EO6 from Sigma. And I don't know if that's what he made these for like a wing liner, or if he made them like to be as a base, but I'm trying to use it as a liner today is what I'm trying to say. So let's get close. Trying to do this so you guys can see. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit hard. Let me see. Let me do this real quick, and then I will continue drinking that. Oh, my eyes don't water. I don't know how dark this is gonna be, honestly, because it's brown. You know what? Let's do it under the eye so you can really see, because I don't think on the top you're gonna be able to see with the color. And I could always clean that up, so it looks really bad right now. Yeah. So these glide on really good. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a combination between a MAC paint pot and, so it's like a pomade. And I know this makeup is looking a little crazy right now, but we're just trying things out. Doesn't have to look perfect. We can always fine tune it. So my goal was to put on the top, but let's put on the bottom so you guys can really see it, because I don't think you're gonna see it on the top of my eye. So then that's what I started doing, and like I said, that's how I found out that I was just burnt out. I just feel, especially after my mom passed, that I don't want to deal with any BS, to use a friend PG word. You guys know what that means. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to spend my days where I'm trying to help, not help, where I am using all my energy on something that's not bringing me peace of mind or joy. The reason why I don't say help, that's a really nice color. It matches, to me, it's similar to the color Mother. The reason I don't say help is because I absolutely love to help people. That is not an issue for me. It's just that at that moment in time, I was just feeling like I can't be bothered. Leave me alone. I just want to watch my TV. You're getting on my nerves. You know, I want to play my township game or whatever game I was playing at the time. I just wanted to be left alone. The only person that was not irritating me, not bothering me, like I said, was my son. Let's try this eyeliner. I like the Huda Beauty one, but I want to try the Patrick Star one again, the One Size Point Made Bodacious Black 24-hour liquid matte eyeliner. I'm just going to put a little bit of that. Let me close this. I'm afraid I'm going to drop this. I don't want to drop that palette. So we're going to try to do that. I'm not good at doing a wing liner. I'm just going to really put it at the base of my eyelashes and to make them look, you know, thicker. So I got to do it this way. It's just going to be weird because I'm so close to the camera. So even if it's just a thin little line. I didn't have a look in mind. I just wanted to sit here and talk and play. I'm hoping this video is going to come out good so I can upload it. But my point of opening up... Hold on, let me do this one real quick. It's really hard to do eyeliner on video. Yeah, it's going to be a very small one. I don't want to keep trying and then I ruin the whole look. I'll do the other eye off camera because that's going to take a lot and I'm trying to basically talk here. So this is how I get flabbergasted and I feel like I have brain fatigue. I just can't collect my thoughts. So I do apologize if I seem a little more scatterbrained than usual, but this is just the side effects of everything that I've been going through. I didn't do my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. I'm going to just fill those in real quick. And I just felt like, in Spanish, todo me apestaba. Everything bothered me. And that's not who I am. It reminded me of when I was on a really high dose of prednisone. I was super cranky all the time and I just felt that way. And it was just because that's just how I was. My grieving stage at that point was that. And, you know, people who were used to depending on me couldn't understand why I couldn't be available for them. And it was like, I wasn't telling people the reason why. I was just like, no, I don't want to be on the phone right now. I'm sorry. Just, you know, do you need me to do something right now? Because I'm just not in that mind state. And, you know, people never understand when the person they rely on suddenly is not available. And it's like, you have to understand that people who help you need help also. So it can't always just be one-sided. And that is why I'm opening up and saying all these things to you. Because if you find yourself in a situation where you are always helping people or always being their support system and no one is doing that for you, then you need to really start saying to yourself, okay, I need to be my support system. Even if it's just to yourself, you need to do that because you only have this one life. And if you're constantly depleting yourself, helping everybody else, and you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to get worn out and burnt out. And that's what happened to me. I was just running on taking care of everybody else and like, oh, I just need 5 minutes because that's what I was saying. I just need 5 minutes. I'm getting it when I drink my coffee and I watch YouTube, but that wasn't enough because my body was like, look, it's not enough. You think, almost broke that, almost dropped it. You think it's enough, but we're telling you it's not. You need to slow down and you really need to like, I love this pencil. It does such a nice job. You really need to make some more time for yourself because you're not giving yourself enough time. And I had to come to the harsh reality, and I did. And that's what I've been doing. I have just been giving myself more time. I'm not bending over backwards. This was the product I wanted to show you guys that day and I couldn't find it the last video I did. It's called Fresh Out of the Shower Brow Gel from MAC. This was one of those underground products that they do, so it's like it's not available, that you can't buy it. So it was limited, like if you are I think it's a MAC lover minimum. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. You could get early access to it. It was the admission. And I really like it. It's really good. It's kind of like you laminate your brows, but not that weird laminated look. That's what I'm trying to say. So I really like it. I hope they make this a permanent item, because I would definitely buy it again. So when you buy the things that are in the underground packaging, the packaging looks like this. It's not the typical black packaging from MAC. So that's what I was trying to find to show you guys, and I couldn't find it that day. And lo and behold, it was in the cup all along. So I'm going to put mascara on this side to where I'm going to clean that up in a minute. And we're going to do today the Air Volume Mega Mascara from L'Oreal. And I picked this up finally. Here's the other side of it, L'Oreal Paris. Because there's this girl who has been following me for quite some time. And her name is Jasmine. She has a... I have a little... Oh my god, what's this on my finger? Let me wipe this off real quick. She has a I was gonna say YouTube channel. She doesn't have a YouTube channel. She has an Instagram, and I'm going to put her Instagram right here. You guys should definitely go follow her. She does these really pretty layouts of her makeup of the day, and they're really, really nice. And every time she get posting this, and I asked her, what do you think about this mascara? And she's like, oh, absolutely love it. It's great. You should definitely get it. So I was like, I have to get it because, like I said, she's been following me for a long time, and she has requested in the past for me to do videos and stuff. So I was like, definitely gonna pick it up. So this is what the one looks like. And I do honestly like L'Oreal mascaras. There was one that they had that I absolutely loved. I don't remember the name of it. And they discontinued it, like always, because why do companies do that? And I know my eyebrows are, oh, I got it on my face, are very bushy, like they need to be cleaned up, but they're gonna stay that way for a little bit anyways. And that was another thing. I am always interested in mascara. Not mascara, which is mascara. Putting on makeup. Oh, darn it. Oh my god, that big good look. Oh, that hurt my eye. Oh god, see what I mean? Alright, so I am back. Do you guys see the mess that I made? So I want to put it on this eye. This is a really nice mascara. See why a lot of people like it? It kind of reminds me of that mascara that they discontinued, that I used to use all the time. So I do like it a lot. Minus the big mistake that I did. I put a little bit of, ooh, I moved the box. I put a little bit of eyeliner. So this is my eyes. Ignore the mistake because I have to wait till it dries. But see how pretty those shades are? This is a really, really nice palette. Now, do I recommend it? Yes. Why? Because the packaging is really, really nice, first of all. And it feels really nice in the hand. I feel like that if you're someone who is an artist, you will definitely like the way it holds and all that, and has a great big mirror. And I like that it has the option that you have two pomades or gel eyeliners, however you want to use them, and you have a wide range of shimmer shades from light to dark, and the same thing from light to dark on the shadows. The lightest one has a little bit of shimmer in it though. You guys can see, you're gonna see my mess. So I really like it, and the formulation is really, really good. This is up there with my, if you guys know, my absolute favorite palette that I use still to this day is the Dose of Colors with Katie and Desi, and it's called the Francation palette. If you don't have that one, get this one. You're not gonna regret it. Absolutely love it. I think this is a great palette, so I highly recommend it. So the next thing we have to do is bronzer. Just ignore those mistakes. I'm going to fix them. So I'm gonna go on with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH02. This is her bronzer brush. Now this is the brush that everybody's been like hyping about and talking about how it's so great for bronzer and all that stuff like that. And I have my brush that I do like, that I put bronzer on with. I even have the Marc Jacobs one, which I should have got to compared it, but I didn't think about that until now. So I'm gonna use today my Fenty bronzer in Bajan Gal. I know I say that wrong every time, but it's like my favorite. So we're just gonna try it with this brush. So let's see if it picks up any product, because right now it's not. It's not really picking up product. That's so weird. Because with my other brush, it would have already, like, I'm really digging in here. Okay. So what was I saying? I got interrupted. That's the other thing that's happening with me, is that if I'm talking and I get interrupted, I lose my train of thought. So yeah, so I'm gonna apologize right now. If you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking with me. And I want to apologize to you for the fact that I am sounding like a ramble and someone who is just lost, because I keep forgetting what I was saying. And I do apologize for that. But whenever I get interrupted, this is what happens. So that's why I always tell people, like, if I'm talking, please don't interrupt me, because if you interrupt me, I am not gonna know where I was at. So yeah, so that's just how I was feeling. And oh, another thing I was gonna say, I remember now, I picked it up. That makeup wasn't even exciting me. That's how I knew something was wrong, because makeup, I love makeup. I love to play with makeup, and I love to hear about makeup and stuff like that. And to the point where I wasn't even watching makeup videos on YouTube. I was really just watching a lot of decluttering. This brush is not applying bronzer on. It's literally not even really picking up. It's on the brush, right? But I feel like it's not applying the product. If I was using my other brush, it would have put it on. And I feel like I'm working twice as hard. So as pretty as this brush is, I don't feel like it's worth everything anybody's saying. It's like, I've never had to work this hard to put bronzer on my face. I feel like it didn't put anything on. Like on my cheeks it did, but I really had to, like, you know what I mean? But with my other brush, I don't have to work this hard. So for all the hype that people saying about this brush, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, literally, look at all this product and nothing got on my forehead. So let me grab another brush real quick to apply that. I'm gonna just use this brush because I didn't bring that brush in with me. This is a brush I got on Amazon. So I'm gonna just use it to put a little bit of this bronzer on my forehead, because I feel like there's none on my forehead. Or maybe I just leave it like that, I don't know. So yeah, that's what was happening. I used to always watch, you know, my makeup and stuff, and I stopped watching them, and I was just like, ugh. Like, I was just like annoyed looking for the little protective cover. So I just put that on, and the packaging is so pretty. It's very reminiscent to the Patrick Ta one. So this brush, I won't recommend it, because I had to really dig it into my product to get product out, and that bronzer is not like that. Like, I use my Sigma brush, the one that I was looking for, and I just tap it in there and then right away. So I feel like I have to do double the work, and in my opinion, I don't want something that I have to work so hard to use, because that defeats the purpose of when I'm doing my makeup. Because for me to do my makeup, it's like I feel relaxed and, you know, just de-stress and all stuff like that. So yeah, don't like that brush. Yeah, so what was I saying? See, again, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm back now. We're gonna do cheeks, and I got this new palette. I'll continue what I was saying in a minute. From Mac Daddy. His line is called Artist Couture, and it's the Love Sprung. And I took it out of the packaging, and this is so pretty. And the reason I picked this up, I have not been one that likes things that are multiples. Like, I don't like when people put like all the blushes in one palette, all the highlighters. I like things to be individualized, but for some reason, just the packaging and then the colors, this is the medium, I think. It just called me. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. So it has a nice mirror in it, and these are the 3 shades that come in this particular selection. And this shade called Infatuated reminded me of a blush that I had before from Makeup Geek that I absolutely love, and she doesn't make it anymore. I think it was called Summer Fling, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the middle shade, so let me point, because you know I have to point things. I'm gonna use this. So this shade reminded me of, this one's called Infatuated. It reminded me of a blush that I had before from Makeup Geek. It's called Summer Fling. I got rid of it when I decluttered everything because you can't get any more, and I'm really trying to use in my video things that you can still shop for, or you might possibly have in your collection. And then this shade in the middle is called Angel Energy. This reminds me of NARS Sin. I haven't swatched them, but just looking at them. And then this one's called Lotus Love, and this one reminds me of another NARS blush that I've been wanting to get. I think it's called Matahari. So these are 3 shades that I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get it to try it out to see if his blush formulation is any good. And I have another Jaclyn Hill brush that's supposed to be for powders and blush, and it looks a little blue because I cleaned these brushes before I used them with my Cinema Secret, and they smell really good. Smell like vanilla right now, and I just wanted to make sure they were clean before I used them. And this is the JH13. And I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just all over the place. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. So I'm gonna go with the Lotus Love. I would normally go in with the shade Infatuated, but I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone and go in with Lotus Love, and we're gonna try this brush to see if it's really gonna be good. Ooh, that's really pigmented. Let's hope. Dab. I'm just gonna dab it like this. Ooh. Ooh, that's really pigmented, but it's pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it on the other side and just kind of buff it in. I'm so sorry. I know when I'm going back and editing this, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Eva, you just sound like you're all over the place. But this is how I've been, and I'm gonna keep it in because this is what I've been going through. I have been struggling this way, and I'm someone that I always pride myself in being able, you know, to be articulate and all that stuff. And when I can't, it aggravates me, because that's something that I went through when I was in the hospital, when I was on so much steroids. I felt like, I'm gonna use this brush again. I cleaned it off to buff out the blush. This is really pretty color. I like this a lot. The formulation is really pigmented, really, really nice. So that's one thing about me. I don't like not being able to articulate my words, is what I'm trying to say. So I really like that color. You definitely do not need a lot. So I'm just trying to buff it out. This brush, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best for blush, but it's all right. So far, I'm not really caring for her brushes. Oh, I know this. I do apologize. So the next thing I'm going to use for highlight is from Marc Jacobs. They were selling this again, and I picked it up because I always wanted it. And it's his bronzer called Guilty. And I picked this up mainly because of someone that I follow on YouTube. Her name is ALLYIAHSFACE. You guys should be following her. When I discovered her videos at first, this was the only highlighter she was using, and I'm like, darn it, I always wanted to get that, and it looks so pretty on her complexion. I'm like, I need to get it. And when it came on sale, I got it for the Via Vista. So here's the color right there. So let me get a brush to apply this. And I think this was the brush. Yeah, this was the brush I was going to use. I'm going to use this side to apply it because this side has powder. It's that Jaclyn Hill brush, which I got something all over it because I don't know what I got in my hands. This is the JH07. So we're going to use this side that doesn't have anything on it. And we're just going to apply a little bit of this. And I'm pretty sure it's very pigmented. I do like Marc Jacobs stuff, but I am sorry to say that it seems like he's going to discontinue his makeup line. So for those of you who have any favorites from Marc Jacobs, definitely you want to go pick those up. Oh, that's such a pretty color. This reminds me of if Becca's Champagne Pop and Max, is it Whisper or Guilt? Whisper or Guilt had a baby together. Wow, I see why she used to wear this so much. I really like it. This is a really nice color. You don't need more than that because you're not supposed to be all not as bling bling. It's really pretty, and I really like that blush color. So if you haven't picked it up, if you can find this, hold on, I know it's, if you can find this, get it. It's really good. And it's at a discounted price now. And if you can get this, definitely pick it up. I know I just used one blush, but if the most vibrant of the blushes works for you, get it. And the packaging is really nice. It closes really well. It's lightweight. It feels really good in the hands. So the next thing I'm going to do is the lips. I'm not going to bother doing my hair because my hair, that's another thing. Okay, so before we continue on, let me finish everything that I was saying because this video is coming to an end and I feel like I haven't closed up my endpoints. So basically, in a nutshell, to sum it up, I was feeling burnt out. I was very frustrated. I was not motivated, and it didn't help that I was having the problem with my eye. It didn't help that I was having the issues with the anemia. So all these things happening, and it was just frustrating me. And I was like, this is only the one thing that I want to do, is to be able to do YouTube videos because it helps me de-stress, and now I can't do it. So when life does that to you, and I always say this to people, but because I was where I wasn't even following my own advice. I was getting stuck, and I had to find a way to get unstuck. And for me, like I said before, which I didn't finish, was when my son said to me, "Are you depressed?" And I had to take a step back and really be like, am I depressed? And then I was like, I may not be like what I consider to be depressed. I was like, but I'm definitely not me, because I said I am being too cranky, I'm triggered too quickly, everything is bothering me, and this is just not my personality. I am not like this. I am usually in a better place. So that's when I just started doing things, and I said, okay, well, I can't film videos, so I wasn't watching makeup stuff, even though I love makeup. Makeup wasn't interesting me anymore. So then I started watching declutter videos and organization videos, which I absolutely love those videos. So then I started doing that, and that's what was occupying my time. I threw away so many things. I donated to a place here in Boston that takes things for like use and stuff, because my mom used to take all of my son's clothes, but because my mom is not around anymore, she's not taking them. So I had a closet that was full of stuff to donate, and I donated a total of 12 boxes, not little boxes, full of stuff. So it had coats, it has sweaters, jackets, underwears, jeans, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, you name it, I donated. I gave away pots that I wasn't using. I threw away pots that I'm like, these are too old, I didn't throw away, they look really bad. I just really decluttered a lot, and I'm not even done, because doing all that also made me tired, and then I had to like kind of regroup and reorganize again. So that's the other thing with me, is that I have the motivation to do things, but my body only allows me to do so much because of my physical limitations. And it just felt so good getting rid of all that stuff and finally emptying out my closet, because my closet was full. And up until recently, like, my brother helped me to wash a bunch of laundry that I had to do, because I kept saying I was going to do it, but because with everything that was going on, I was not really leaving my apartment unless I had to. And, you know, I was just trying to be safe, and I would just, you know, focus on washing what my son needed to wear. And my brother's like, you know, I'm just going to help you wash these things, because, you know, the way things are going, you need help right now. And I wasn't trying to ask for help. And that's one thing, my brother drives me crazy sometimes, but I absolutely love him and adore him, because he just gets me, and he knew that I was just not being myself and that something was wrong with me. So he just took care of all those things for me. So I do appreciate that. So that's what was happening. And because I was feeling that way, I was just in my bubble. So the other thing that I brought up too is important that when you have a person that is your helper, who helps you through things, you need to check in with them and make sure that they're okay too, because just like you have problems, they have problems too. But because they're so used to taking care of everyone else, they don't say, hey, look, by the way, I need help with this and that or whatever. Or they might not even realize that they're in a funk and they need help. So my advice to you is, if you have a friend like that, check in on them, you know, ask them, hey, how are you doing? Don't always just call them to be like, hey, look, this happened, I'm mad about it, and to vent. You know what I mean? Be more open and receptive to help them also, because, you know, they're a person too, and they need that as well. So like I said, that's what happened to me, and that's why I didn't film all this time, because I just, every day I was like, yeah, I'm gonna film this video, and then something would always happen, and that just discouraged me, and I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna do anything, and I just stopped thinking about it. And then today when I got up, I was like, you know what, my eye's not red, and you know what, it's not going to be a perfect background or whatever. I'm just going to film wherever. I'm going to get everything together, and we're just going to film. I was like, the makeup is probably not going to be perfect, whatever. But you know what? Full transparency. I'm not trying to make editorial looks, whatever. I just really like these videos to sit here and play with new makeup, to me. Because some of you have probably already tried all these things out, but I really wanted to try them out today. And, you know, just chit chat and talk with you guys. And if possibly give some advice, give you some advice. Today it was, you know, just what's the word I'm looking for? Today was just about updating you guys and letting you know what happened with me. And that's just basically what it was. It's just that I just needed some time for myself, to just not really think about anything, and just hang out and not really do anything and not think about anything, because I just felt really burnt out. And I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling as burnt out as I did. I do get still irritated sometimes, but not as much as I used to. It was like constantly all day, every day. Everything would bother me, but now I'm not feeling that way. It takes a lot. And like I mentioned previously, last week on Friday, I started feeling really dizzy. Like I haven't felt that dizzy where I had to stay bedbound for the longest time. And I'm just grateful that I'm better today. I mean, I still get a little bit dizzy, so I was like a 10, and now I'm at least like between a 3 and a 4, so I can be up and do things, and I'm not confined to a bed. Because that's another thing, if you know who I am, I hate being confined to a bed. I do not like to be sick. I don't like to feel like I can't do something. So yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say. And I'm rambling, so I'm just gonna grab the lip that we're gonna try today. It's gonna be one of the new mini lip glosses. I bought these a while ago, but I want to use them because I have a lot of makeup I haven't used. And I told myself that during this time, I was like, I'm not gonna buy any makeup, because there's time I'm like, oh, I want to get this one with that. Then I said, no, Eva, you have to be realistic. You bought all this makeup in December and you haven't even used it. And I'm like, so you just need to stop. You have to justify if you buy it, it's because you absolutely don't have that in your collection. And that's what I'm doing. And I just used a palette that I didn't really need, but I wanted to try it out for you guys. So I'm saying, so let me grab that lip for you guys. So we have 3 lip liners here. So I have there are 2 from NYX, right? One is the coffee liner from NYX, and the other one is Los Angeles, and then we have from ColourPop, it's called Little One. So let me just swatch them on the back of my hand and see which one I'm going to use. I'm just going to basically put this all over my lip, and then I'm going to put one of these glosses on top. I'm going to go with the one that's not nude, and this is coffee. I don't know if they do this one anymore. They make this one anymore, do this one, which I hope NYX still does, because I absolutely love this. It's like my go-to. And then we have, this one is called Los Angeles, right? Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is just a little bit deeper than coffee. I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see that. Hopefully. Okay, so from here to here, we have Little One, Coffee, and Los Angeles. So you see Los Angeles is a little bit deeper. So these are the lip ones that I picked. I have Toffee Teas, and then I have Cake Shack. Now, obviously, it's the one that I would naturally go for, right? But I'm going to push myself at a limit. Is it going to match this? No, but we're going to do it because we're trying to get out of our comfort zone. So based on that, let's go in with Little One, because I think it would match better with that. So we're going to do this all over the lips. I love ColourPop lip liners. They're really good. So let's do this real quick. Do you guys, when you apply lip liners, does it tickle? Me, it tickles. I don't know why. There it is. You guys already know. I'm just grateful no alarms have gone off. That was another thing. When I would try to film, the alarms would go off. I'm telling you, it was like, I felt like somebody was like saying, you're not gonna film ever again. And that's really how I felt, because every time something would always interfere. So that's Little One. And then we're gonna go with this one, Taffy Teas. And these are so cute. This was a set, I'll insert a picture, that Sephora had when it came out months ago. And oh, it smells like, oh, it smells good. It smells like candy. I have never used a Fenty lip balm, so I'm super excited. This is very vibrant. This, This would not have been my #1 choice. I would have preferred to go with Cake Shack, right? Cake Shack, Shake. I keep saying Shack. So this is a very, this is a really pretty color. But I think this lip will look better if it was a very smoky brown eye and not this blush color. But this is everything, and I really like how it came out, minus the mistake on my eye. Excuse that. It's gonna be interesting in the thumbnail because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just playing with makeup. All right, so let's do a roundup of everything that I tried today. Okay, so let's talk about these brushes. Well, before we go to brushes, let's go from work our way from the bottom to the top. So this lip gloss, I do like it. Not sticky at all. It smells really nice. And your lips feel really smooth and soft. So if you haven't tried any of the Fenty lip balms, I highly recommend. Just based on that one, I will be getting more colors. You guys already know I like the lippies from the lippy sticks from ColourPop. They're amazing. I absolutely love the NYX pencils as well. This blush trio, you should pick it up. Does it say on the back if this is the medium? It does not say. But this is the first product I've tried from Artist Couture. I wanted to get his eyeshadows, but I never got to get them. But if I could, I probably will get that too. But I really like this Love Sprung. If you guys haven't gotten it, definitely pick it up. I think it's a great little palette. It's beautiful. If you can get the Marc Jacobs Guilty, definitely get it. I really like it a lot. If you don't have the Becca Champagne Pop, which if you don't have it and you can get it because it's a classic. I think it's a great highlighter. And unfortunately, Becca is also going out of business. Dude, this pandemic has gotten rid of so many companies that it's like, no. Like, did you guys know that the original beauty box, the acrylic boxes that I have, she went out of business. I'm like, no. I absolutely love her boxes. I really, really hope that she can come back because I've bought other ones and I'm like, nope, it's not the same quality, and I've gotten rid of them. I've returned them and I've just kept hers, and they are amazing. So I do feel sad that happened to her company. And you guys already know I love this bronzer from Fenty Beauty. It's amazing. I highly recommend that everybody should get one. So we talked about that. The foundation, oh, I didn't even set it. You know what? Let me put some Fix Plus on real quick. I got so busy talking, I want to spray it. So we're going to use the MAC Fix Plus in Coconut. So we're going to spray it to see how it looks after we spray it. I was not thinking, oh, this feels so good. It's so hot in my room right now. And I didn't even film with a ring light. I'm using a different kind of bulb in my nightstand. I need something to fan myself with. Let me grab this. Ooh, don't want to drop that. Okay, so what I was saying, I'm gonna fan myself with this. It's gonna sound funny. The light bulb that I put, I got is it Cool White? I just got a brighter bulb. I can't remember which one it is. And I was like, oh, this kind of looks like a... Oh, that really just made everything pop. You know, consider... Oh, let me finish my train of thought here because that's what you're doing all over the place. I'm just so excited that I finally got to film. So the light bulb that I'm using reminded me of my ring light. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't need my ring light. And when I sat here, I'm like, nope, I'm not going to need it. So that's why I decided to film in my room, because I knew that if I would have been in the living room, I would have gotten interrupted and I would have been like, ugh. Because that's how I've been like, ugh. And then I wouldn't have kept going and just stop and get annoyed. Because the thing is that I love helping people, and I've said this before, but the way that I'm feeling, it's like, dude, I need to have my coffee first, I need my me time, and then I can help you later. You know, that's just how I've been. With attitude though, because I've always been like, okay, let me just, you know, have my coffee, I'm okay, and put aside and be happy or whatever. But now it's just like, I can't be bothered. Let me get my time in, and then I'll take care of you, because you have to take care of yourself first. So this foundation from Huda Beauty, I see why a lot of people like it. I have really dry skin, and I have to say that with the primer and everything, it looks really, really good. And the color does not really match me 100%. It's a little too deep. So based on this, I think that I would be either more like either brown sugar or macchiato. Macchiato would be better for me. That's in the tan range. I think it would be better because I like to look a little, you know, tanned when I put on foundation. But I really like the foundation. It feels really good on the face. That primer that I tried, this sample, the Complex Perfection. Is it the moisturizing one? Oh, it is the moisturizing one. That's why it felt so good. This is a moisturizing one. I really like it. This is a base that I'll actually consider getting once I'm done with the other one, because I still have the Urban Decay one and I'm not done with it, which I was going to use today, but then I remembered I had this sample. So I really like how that looks. You guys already know I love my Fenty eyebrow and that MAC gel. I love it. This palette, again, I'm going to keep recommending it. It's really, really nice. I like it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's really pretty to look at just to have it on your vanity. And in all honesty, the shades in here, they're just perfect. Like this first shade actually reminds me a little bit of the Dose of Colors Just of Kiss. Like if you mix these two shades together. So if you're someone that didn't get to get the Dose of Colors palette, definitely pick this one up. I think you would absolutely love it. The concealer... Hold on. The concealer and the powder from Pat McGrath. I see what the hype is all about. This is a really good concealer. I know it looks messy, but we're not about perfection. We're about trying things out today. And I really, really like this combination. So if you haven't tried the Pat McGrath and you wanted to, I say go ahead, give it a try. I've already used the Fenty. My face is itching. Eyeshadow primer, I absolutely love it. These shadows are just so pretty. Look at that. Ignore the mistake. Look at this eye. And that gel liner, from the base from the Pachuta, really, really nice. So I have to say I liked everything I used today, even the mascara. The only thing I was not really happy with, these brushes for what they cost and all the hype about how they're perfect and this and that. These literally pick a product and I feel like they don't blend it well or apply it well. So do not get these brushes, these two brushes, the J02 and the J13. So this is the Power Play brush and this is the bronzing brush. These are a no. Do not pick those up. Her eye brushes, let me grab them again. Where's the other one? It's buried in here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, this foundation brush, I feel like it applied the product, but in all honesty, I feel like it was taking it off at the same time. And did you say I kept reapplying? This, I would not regret. I will not recommend this brush, the JH12, this either, because even though find your words, Eva. What I'm trying to say about this brush is that it did buff out the foundation, but it sheared it out to the point where I had to keep applying products. So it's like, you don't want a brush that's going to put it on and literally take it off. You want it to stay on your face, right? So that's a no. The only brush that I liked, if I had to use one, would be the JH32, the one for the buffing. But it's not my favorite because it was a little bit scratchy. So this is the only one that I'm like, okay, I'll use it. But the other big brushes, no. And her pencil brush too, where I put it in here. Where is it? It's hiding now. Where did you go? Oh, here it is. The pencil brush also, I felt like it did the same thing. So I don't know if it's the product that she's using, like the material to make her brushes. It picks up product, but you have to keep reapplying. So for me, that's a waste. You have to really be there. And for someone who, let's say if you only have a few minutes to do your makeup, you want brushes that are going to literally put the product on and do what they're supposed to do. So this is to apply it in the corner, put it there, and not me go back and it literally takes it off. So I didn't like this brush either. So the only brush, like I said, is this one, the JH32. And that's if like all my steaming brushes are dirty, then I will use this. But this brush, like if it's out of 5 out of 5 star, I will give this brush a 3 because it's pretty and it picks up the product, but I feel like it just takes it off. And the other ones, I give them 2 stars because they're pretty, but they literally don't do what I feel they should be doing. And did I get everything? I think I talked about everything. So I hope I covered all the bases on what I was trying to say today. I've already been recording for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So let's see how long this video is going to be. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me ramble. Hopefully the next video will be a topic of your choice. I know I owe you guys a video for an olive eye look. That was the last thing that you voted on. So fingers crossed, this will be the first of many more videos to come. I hope you are all doing well and you're taking care of yourselves and you're healthy and you're happy and you're just enjoying your day-to-day life. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.